Hey guys, Adrian here from the Digital Dojos, and today we're taking a look at Smile Software's TextExpander. And I want to get an overview of this application today just because it's one of those that has been really increasing my productivity as of late and something I think is worth sharing and checking out. If you're on the rocks, if you've heard about this application, and if you're on the edge of thinking about buying it, spending that $35 on it, I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, it's definitely worth it, and I think it can, you need to try it out. There's a free trial, and once you try it out, I think that once it integrates in your life so well in terms of everyday use and stuff like that, and the time it saves you, you can tell that it's definitely worth it. So do try the free trial if you're on the edge deciding whether or not you want to buy it. It's available for iOS. I believe there's some Windows equivalents out there. I don't think they have their own Windows version, but I will leave some alternatives for Windows in the video description below. What TextExpander does, it allows you to type more with less effort, and essentially it allows you to make shortcuts that where you commonly use text and stuff like email signatures, dates, stuff that you need to remember. You can set up these small shortcuts that allow you to save your time, save your typing, save your keystrokes, and make just by typing these little small abbreviations. So it's done by the guys at Smile Software. They do a lot of other cool software that you can check out as well. But again, today we're taking a look at TextExpander for the Mac. They also have it for the iPhone on iOS, which I haven't been able to try yet, but I'm sure works just as great. Alright, so I got this myself in an actual Mac software bundle, so I was lucky enough to get it in that productivity bundle. If you ever see it in a bundle, I would recommend getting it if you're going to save on the cash. I think I paid $45 for the bundle, and I got literally 7, 8 pieces of software in that one bundle. So if you ever see those software bundles, I highly recommend checking them out. I actually tweet some a lot, so if you want to follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/kidguru, I tend to retweet a lot of those deals out there. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at TextExpander. So here's a common example. For email, I tend to do a lot of different emailing on different accounts, and depending on what I'm doing, it'd be work or personal use. I use a lot of different signatures. Sometimes I'll have a general signature, my name, best regards, my name, and some contact information. Sometimes I'll have a work line where people can reach me, or a Skype number where people can reach me. When I'm emailing PR and stuff like that, I tend to have a lot more personal, contact information so they can reach me. And vice versa for friends and family. I have more stuff like my cell or my home address. Sometimes it just varies a lot, and who I'm emailing and what I need to say and what I think is relevant for them to know, just in case they need to reach me. So for a common signature, for example, I can type out my whole signature, or with TextExpander, I can just type in something like this, which would be sig, and it would fill in it would text expand my signature out there. And what I use actually is the bracket or the colon. You can use a colon, you can use anything really. And right there, automatically, it creates a signature, one of my general signatures. You can't hear the sound there, but it plays a confirmation sound when it actually text expands your text. So again, I can just type in, sig, and boom, it puts in my general signature. And this is really, really useful. And what's great, it works across any application as long as TextExpander is running in any text field, which is really awesome. TextExpander runs in your menu bar here, and you can see this is the actual window once you open it. It has a folder called My Snippets, so you can make a whole bunch of different folders like work, play, etc., etc., and you can just add them right here. Again, I've just been using this for a while and getting the hang of it. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my snippets here. A lot of them are default ones that they include, which are really cool. So for example, time. I can put T time, and it puts the current time in the thing. So let's say somebody's asking me the time, I can just type in T time, or I can when I sent something, for example, like I work with a lot of clients, and sometimes I like to give confirmation of when I sent it, even though some the email programs do that. I like to also say sent at, for example, T time on, and then I can put even date, so D date. And right there, so you can see there, how much time that saved me in terms of typing that out. And I know it seems like little time saved, and people are talking, may say why are you so lazy to type out a date or look it up? It's stuff like this that when technology and software in general can integrate so well, where you don't even have to think about it. It's just an instinct to type that in, and over time, it just saves you so much. And time is a precious asset, especially for me. I work at home and stuff like that. So again, time is very, very precious, and I like to not waste it, obviously. Stuff like that is really, really useful. Essentially, I can do it with a lot of stuff. You can see here I have one for my email, I have one for my home address, my URL, my default signature, like I said. So to make a snippet is pretty easy. So for example, I can click on Add New Snippet, and I click on New Snippet here, and it allows me to put the content plain text here, and I can have a label. So the label would just be the name, or for example, I can say test, and then that would be the label. Now I can put a context here. So my context would be, let's say, we'll say, for example, YouTube. When I write a YouTube video, so I'll say like YouTube, or check out my other links, for example. A lot of this is really useful if you do a lot of YouTube videos and you have to always put this in the video description. So I can put like HTTP digital dojos. Oops, I spelled that wrong there. Oh no, am I missing? Yeah, I'm missing. Oh no, I guess I'm fine. digitaldojos.com, HTTP twitter.com/kidguru, and we'll say like digitaldojos@gmail.com, for example. So I'll say check out my other links, and I'll just put all these, and then I'll say like something like thanks for watching. So let's say instead of typing all of that, and every time I can just put the signature in my YouTube description. So I'll say YouTube, for example. And then you can have an abbreviation. So taking a look at this, for example, you can see the other ones, like for my default signature, the label is default signature and the abbreviation is just SIG. So for this one I can put like, let's see, I can put hashtag, for example, YT for YouTube. And then I'll have that saved, and you can see here when I go over here, hashtag YT, right there, right away. That's the power of it. And again, you can find so many different uses for this, and it goes beyond that. So for example, a donation thanks one is one they include. You can do these common filters and fill text. So for example here, you can see it'll put dear % fill text name equals person, name equals with. So it'll put this whole script in, but then you can put a name in. So you can put a name that would fill in with the actual script you're putting. So you can it's really great if you are somebody like me who emails a lot of people, or you get a lot of emails and you have some general replies. A lot of people are PR asking the same question. Then this allows you to kind of send out those mass, not necessarily robotic emails, but you need to save time on some replies. You can see here I type thanks for donation, and then I can just input this common stuff here. You can make these on your own. You can make these certain things for whatever. I mean, I have a different one I made earlier for my own site when people donate, or I get money from payments from clients, confirmation. So I can say like, dear Adrian, for example, if I'm talking to myself, thank you for your amount of $1,000 and for our educational program for general purposes. Since your donation $1,000 should be tax deductible, etc. And hit OK, and then right there it fills all of that in. All I had to do was put in the amount, the name, and it fills in the rest of the general statement I need to do. And donation is just one thing. That's something that's very, very universal, where you can do this with so many other things. Like I said, I do it with clients when I get payments, etc., etc. I have some stuff for my PayPal that I tried earlier that works really well. So there's so many different ways to try it out. There's so many different ways to integrate it. Phone numbers, addresses, all of that. And additionally, just diving into it here, what's cool, they even allow you to look at statistics. So TextExpander will break it down for you and show you how many snippets you've expanded, how many characters you've saved in terms of typing, your hours saved, that words per minute, in terms of your snippets expanded, character saved. You can see a graph right here. You can tweet your stats. So it's really great just to see in the long run how much you save. Going into preferences here of TextExpander, you have a lot of other stuff. You can change the sound that's played. You can have the default to expand snippets in all applications, or certain applications that you don't want those snippets being expanded in for whatever reason. You can have that set. So maybe you need to use like certain, abbreviations in some applications. You can have stuff like options for capitalizations, appearance, the way you can customize the way it looks, the syncing options. You can have a syncing method via Dropbox, or snippets via iPhone, iPod, or iPad. Hotkeys to create new snippets, etc., etc. So, check it out, backup, update, all of this great stuff. TextExpander is a really awesome, one of my favorite current applications for the Mac right now. If you are interested in buying it, I'll leave a link to check it out in the video description. And if you're on the edge about buying it, I hope this may have helped you out in some way, leaning you towards the fence either of buying it, or maybe it's just not for you. Check it out, Smile Software's TextExpander. Thanks for watching.